Hello, my name is Bradley Hunt, and welcome to Eyewitness News. I'm sure we are all well aware that in the digital age, thanks to the rise of the internet and social media, professional employers are utilizing the free-flowing information on social media to make informed decisions to determine if potential employees are the right person for the job. These companies' reputations are on the line after all. Hiring the wrong person for the job can be expensive as well as problematic.
Business owners, as well as HR professionals, are now relying on the internet to search and discover background information on potential employees. They are now finding more information about employees and their personal lives than they should legally be aware of just by a quick Google search, thanks to the rise of surveillance in society. According to a survey from 2007, as cited by Recruiting Inside 2009, 44% of employers use social networks such as Facebook and Twitter to screen potential candidates to determine if they were suitable for the job.
This may sound like a negative process of determining the best employee for a particular company, but I believe that in-depth surveillance of employees and their behavior behind closed doors is a necessity. For example, if an employee was an aggressive alcoholic or was seen in one of their profile pictures smoking a dangerous substance, this would raise a red flag for the employer researching their personal characteristics. Without turning to Facebook in this scenario, an employer could potentially hire a dangerous man or woman who could pose substantial risks to the safety of other employees. Police background and record checks are also necessary to check on individuals before hiring them, such as fines, arrests, and violent altercations. So you see, by reference checking using surveillance, potential issues that could arise in the future are quickly abolished. It is definitely a benefit to keep these surveillance practices around. I will now hand the discussion to Joe, who will be discussing the productivity of employees in the workplace without the supervision of employers. Over to you. Thanks, Joe.
Surveillance and use of CCTVs in workplaces isn't all spying and invasion of privacy. In some cases, the use of surveillance allows employers to streamline business, save money, and in turn, benefit productivity. Let me explain how. Like the assembly lines of an earlier era, surveillance allows management to monitor employee activities and productivity without the need for direct supervisory observation. The less a manager or supervisor is standing over an employee or providing a physical and possibly intimidating form of monitoring, the more chance an employee has to conduct their work in a trustworthy and productive manner. Having an increased reliance on the internet and email at work allows organisations to ensure company secrets remain confidential, stop workplace theft, reduce absenteeism, ensure security, maintain safety, and provide a productive environment which creates an understanding between employer-employee expectations within the workplace. With renewed emphasis on performance management, it's not surprising to see greater scrutiny given to productivity measurement and performance review, both of which are made easier by electronic surveillance. Having an understanding that an employee's activity both online and physically within the workplace can and is being monitored sets up an environment that can allow a sense of trust between management and staff that allows each to get on with their work in a productive manner without the need for constant contact. And now for more on surveillance of employees on their work computers, here's Gisela.
Thank you, Joe. Hi there. Now I'm going to talk about surveillance in the workplace, specifically surveillance that's placed within employees' computers. When the internet started to gain popularity, employees were finding it difficult to resist visiting unrelated websites while on the computer, for example, Facebook or eBay. The presence of hyperlinks is also a trouble because it encourages clicking of unrelated content. However, the real trouble in the workplace isn't just the lack of productivity. The real trouble emerges when employees misuse the facilities, for example, to publish inappropriate videos and sharing racist or sexist jokes. It's easier for employers to get in trouble over that rather than the simple lack of productivity. At first, the surveillance softwares only record how many words you could type in a day, but it quickly became so much more. They record what you type. They maintain a record of dialog boxes and take screenshots periodically. They take pictures if the computer has a webcam with it. In a nutshell, they record everything, and they might not be doing it visibly. As employees, should we protest over surveillance and demand privacy in the workplace? Or have we become so accustomed to privacy that we do not actually mind that we're being watched so intensely? The answer depends on each individual. Now, my colleague Yen is going to talk about drug and alcohol testing for work. Over to you, Yen.
There is a good news. Australian Institute of Health and Welfare 2013 report pointed out that there are fewer Australians drink alcohol over the lifetime risky and single occasion risky guideline compared with 2010. Also, there are some increasing and decreasing number. Therefore, government need to be hard in alcohol surveillance, such as alcohol testing for work.
Alcohol are part of Australian daily life. It's not difficult to see people dress up for going to club or bar in the weekend, or see a drunkard in a normal day. Alcohol become a culture and habit in Australia. However, it would bring many problems, especially to drink when you are working. Friends point out that alcohol used in a workforce can undermine employee health and productivity and increase healthcare costs. Alcohol could control people's moodiness. That would break the relationship of staff and boss. Alcohol also could make people feel delirious or sleepy. That could threaten their own and others' safety. Imagine that when you are working in a high altitude environment, but you feel powerless suddenly because alcohol.
Can't imagine anymore. Nielsen and his partner did a research about alcohol and working. There were 69% staff positive response in alcohol tests. That's not a small number. That's why alcohol test is important in work. It can protect everyone. It may be a troublesome surveillance way via alcohol test, but it is a safe guide. But the best way is stop to drink alcohol, which have many benefits. Reported by Yan.
Thanks for joining us. Good night.